Hey you guys, this video is going to be on the gas chamber, also known as the NBC chamber, and the 4K ruck march, which you're going to be doing on the same day. Now as far as the gas chamber goes, you're going to get your gas mask probably within the first week that you get there. You're going to get one issued to you. It has been used before, and you'll see that. But you're just going to hold it in your locker until until you're going to use them and you're going to take them to a class one day, and the people that instruct the NBC course are going to show you how to tie it to you. They're going to size it and fit it. Your battle buddies are going to help you do that. They're going to teach you how to clear and seal it. They're going to just basically tell you all the parts of it and make sure that all your parts are working so that you can properly go through get the gas chamber without any issues or anything like that. And after you have it all ready, they're going to teach you the different universal signals, like this is gas, 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 the universal signals to identify that there's nuclear gases and stuff in the air. I don't really know. You just have to go through this whole long spiel. They're going to teach you the different stages of MOP and stuff like that. It'll make more sense once you actually get there. And they're going to give you a MOP suit as well. You're not actually going to use it. We have them because Fort Sill gets so cold that during the winter time, sometimes they'll let you put them on if it gets unbearably cold. We haven't had to use them yet, though. We might when I get back. But so the morning you're going to the gas chamber, you're going to wake up at 4:30 instead of at 5 o'clock, and you are going to have your rucksack packed, and you're going to start rucking. I do believe we started rucking at 5 o'clock, and this is the 4K ruck march. It's really not that bad. The way that Fort Sill is set up, you're going to ruck to the CLS course first, and so since we had already done that, the gas chamber is just a little bit farther than that, so it's not going to be as bad the second time. But it was dark outside, and I think I like rucking in the dark better. But we rucked with our rifles and our flashlights, and I think it was sprinkling a little bit too. It was. So yeah, you get to the gas chamber and you set up your rucksacks like you normally do whenever you ruck somewhere. You're gonna be sitting with your platoon. They're gonna instruct you basically on just how things are gonna go for the day. Then they started taking people to do it's kind of it's this course, and it takes you through if there were to be a gas whatever, if you had to execute your gas mask and that whole bit, what you would need to do and stuff like that. So you're just walking along, and word to the wise, you're gonna have to wear iPro all the time in basic training, whether you wear your BCGs or the prescription, or you have to wear iPro, and they're gonna issue it to you. Make sure you put your glasses strap on, because I did not have my glasses strap, and that really screws you up at the NBC chamber, because when we were going through this course outside, I lost my glasses, my prescription glasses, and somebody stepped on them and they were broken, and a drill sergeant had to find them for me. Luckily, my drill sergeant loves me, and so he went and helped me find them. But so what they do is you start walking through this course, and you have your gas mask on your hip, and all of a sudden you hear loud noises, because that's one of the one of the signals that there is gas present. And then I think the instructor goes, gas, 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 and that means that you have I don't remember how long it is to put on your mask and clear and seal it. Stop breathing, close your eyes, don your protective mask, then you say gas, gas, gas. Nobody really got it in the amount of time that we're supposed to, but they're not really paying that close attention. And then after you do that, you follow a group leader over to this little shed thingy, and then you all have to take your masks off and wipe your face with this nasty sponge thing, and you really have to do it too. It's gross. That's all a part of the decontaminating, and you have to decontaminate your rifle and your ACH and that whole bit. And then after you do that, you're just gonna keep following through the woods, and you're gonna come across these mannequins that are dead, and you're supposed to say what happened and what you can identify from the situation, and they're all just kind of laying there with MOP suits on and different chemicals and stuff in front of them, and what can you assess from that? Well, clearly they were brewing up some chemical stuff, and they probably died or whatever. that's kind of just like whatever. You're with a big group, so they're not really like looking at you specifically. And you'll know what to do once you actually go through it. And then after you're done with that, they're gonna put you in like a circle outside of the little course, and I can't really give you all the details on that because you're gonna have to do it like when you're there. But make sure you don't take off your mask until an NCO says all clear. Otherwise, you're dead. And that's basically the goal, is to see who pays attention and who doesn't die. But after you die, you have to like lay on the ground and whatever. But let's get to the juicy part, the part that everyone wants to hear about, the actual chamber itself. You're sitting down in the bleachers, and they'll choose one platoon at a time. You're going to put your mask on, and they're going to check your mask for you. You're going to line up against the wall, which I'm sure you've seen in all the videos and pictures. And there's a hot room and a cold room. Your whole platoon is going to go in with you. You're going to walk into the cold room, and everyone has to line up on the wall. And you've probably seen that in videos too. You stand up against the wall with your shoulder to the wall. Well, when you're in the cold room, you don't do that. But in the cold room, there is a very low concentration of the gas. So I didn't even feel it on my skin or anything like that. Some people said that they did, but I didn't. So you're going to like move your head from side to side and up and down to make sure that your mask is properly sealed. The drill sergeant's going to be in there, and he's going to make sure, you know, because if you can taste it or anything like that, when you do that, then there's an issue with your mask. And so then after you do that, you're going to close your eyes, open your mask, and you're going to, I think you just hold it for a second, and then you put it back and you clear and seal it without breathing. I didn't really clear and seal mine like 100%, so I could taste a little bit of the gas, and it kind of made me cough a little bit, but that's nowhere near as bad as the actual chamber itself. But I was like, yeah, this is going to be okay. I can handle this. So you're lined up in the cold room, and then they'll start taking people into the hot room. In the hot room, you cannot look around, you cannot do anything, or they will put you to the back of the line. Don't laugh, don't speak, just stand straight with your left shoulder on the wall, don't move. And they're going to have everyone lined up, and then they're going to take 8 to 10 people on the ready line. And the actual like gas is brewing in the middle of the room. The ready line's like over here, and everyone will be lined up. There's a drill sergeant facing all of those people, and she's going to say, when I give the signal, and you can see the gas in there by then, but she's like, when I give the signal, you're going to take off your mask, you're going to hold it to the center of your chest, and you're going to breathe in, have to keep your eyes open, and then when she does this, you can't really see it, put her arm out, and she puts it like this, that means connect to the person in front of you, like make a left face, connect to the person, and then line up on the wall and follow the drill sergeant out. It sounds really easy. It doesn't really go that well. And I was like the second to last group to go through, and you can't really watch the people or they'll send you to the back. So you just hear everyone take off their masks, and they start coughing and spitting and gagging, and it's just horrible, and like crying. And I couldn't see much anyways because I didn't have my glasses on. But once it was finally my turn, I was like, okay, I just breathe easy, just keep my eyes open, we're good to go. We took off our masks, and for a split second, I was like, oh, I'm okay. No, I'm dying. I don't think I've ever felt that close to death in my life. It feels like your eyeballs are melting out of your skull. And it feels like your lungs, like somebody poured like baby powder in your lungs or something like that. You cannot catch a breath. It's like your lungs completely stop working. There's a very small percentage of people that don't react to it. Needless to say, everyone in my battery reacted to it. One of my battles actually got a nosebleed, but it's probably just because it's so dry in Oklahoma. But we were probably in there no more than 2 minutes. We didn't have to say the Soldier's Creed or anything like that, but that 2 minutes felt like an eternity. And you physically cannot open your eyes. My eyes were crossing because I was trying to open them so bad, and you can't touch your face or anything like that. And yeah, you have to stay connected to the person in front of you, like your arms straight out, but I couldn't do anything. And once we got up to the door, if you push people out, they will push you back in. So the more you push and freak out, the more you have to stay in there. So I was trying to stay as calm as possible. I was probably like the third person in the line, but I just couldn't do it. You just keep coughing and coughing. And I didn't have like snot pouring out or anything, but like the saliva in your mouth, you can't swallow it. It's like your throat stops working. So I was like, I had spit like cupped in my mouth, and I was like, no, this is why I always see those pictures of people with all their bodily fluids everywhere, so I'm just gonna hold this in there. And then once we got out, finally, I just like spit it all out. But you have to do you have to flap your arms, and then they'll take you into a line and they make you do half jacks. And I think it's to get the air like in your lungs. But if you don't sound off, like the drill sergeant was like, "Oh, nobody wants to sound off. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna go back in. Everyone grab your mask." And everyone's like freaking out. We're like, "No, drill sergeant, please, please." And I was just there were so many people that were just crying. I think I cried a little, but not like crying. It just the pain. It was so much pain, and I was just like so upset that they would make people do this. It's so pointless and so terrible. I would never do it again. There were two people from our platoon because there's a streamer that you can get for it. They went back in and they said it wasn't as bad the second time, but if I never have to do that again in my life, then that is all the gift that I need. That was horrible. Horrible. But you can do it. Just I don't know, just get through it. Get through it. And different basic trainings do different things. I know, like, at Fort Jackson, I think they make you say, like, your last name and your social and the soldier's creed. Not at Fort Sill, so you're lucky if you're going to Fort Sill. It probably depends on your drill sergeants, too. But then after that, we kind of just, like, sat by our rucksacks and got ready to ruck back. And the ruck back was kind of just like, I just want to get back because I'm so exhausted from this horrible day of death. But yeah, I actually go back to basic training tomorrow. Today is January 2nd. So if you have any questions, try and ask them within the next day, and I'll get back to them when I can. But other than that, just look out for some videos for when I come back from Christmas. When I come back from basic training. I graduate in February. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.